Okay, I would like to cover using the branding portion of our software. Some of you that have used the past brander, this one will be just a little different as it is built in. So when you first start up the software, most likely you're going to have to enter your software activation key, and that is something that you will have to do every time after you brand and finalize it. So keep that in mind. If you start the software and it's in branding mode without entering a software activation key, then you must finalize the branding before distributing the software. There's plenty of information about that in the PDF about branding. So enter in your license key here. It'll be assigned to you from your members area. Once you enter it and hit activate now, you will actually see the next screen. And you will need to download the setup files, which will come from the members area there. You don't have to be logged in or anything. It's associated with your account and your license key. So we'll do the download. It'll do its thing. If you're on a slow connection, it may take a little bit of time. If not, just kind of hold on here and everything will set up for you. Okay, so that's how it should work out and look. And now we will get into a few of the buttons here and such as. All right, if you want to add images from the cloud, the thing you need to do first is you can use Upload Care. They do have a free plan, and it's pretty powerful actually for a free plan. But also, it's something to consider when you're building your pages, is using cloud-based services for your images and such. It'll be faster, and you can actually go with least hosting, I should say, lower end hosting, if you would like to say. So anyway, what you need to do is follow the instructions here. There are links in the area here to go to Upload Care and get your API key, and here's some simple instructions. You're wanting your PHP API key here, and you'll paste it in and save it. And the same goes for IMGUR. You can actually use their services to host your images. Okay, there's of course the free plan or the paid. You need to read about the differences in them. It's up to you to choose the right key. I've got no advice on that. It's your responsibility to choose the free or paid option. We do not can't offer any more information than that. Just follow the instructions, get your API key and put it in here before you start any of this branding, and you'll have it available to you. Okay, and this of course will work in your advertisements. All right, create an advertisement. Oh, let's see here. One more thing. When you see the question mark buttons, there's information there. So use those and it will help you. There's a lot of tips there. And again, there's your for your Upload Care. There's a link to it. All right, and create advertisement. Again, I will stress that there is a PDF document that will help you along too, because I'm going to go through this pretty fast. I just wanted you to get a feel for actual buttons. When you load the software, you are going to see a default banner here. And that's just a banner ad. That's just to give you an idea of what you can do and what it looks like. The software is designed for one banner only. One banner. And I mean, you can put more, but it's not going to look nice. You will have some crappy looking software. So, go ahead and you can leave this one in place, or you can edit it and kind of play around with it and get an idea of what it does before you even start. So what you can do is if you've built your banner and you've updated the content, I'm not going to mess with it here, but you do need to have it updated. Go ahead and do that. Updated. I want to show you this feature, the save and load. What this does is this allows you to save your banner after you've built it and you've got the perfect banner and you want to save it, make it easier later to load or make modifications. Well, what you can do is you can actually load it here, or you can save the content that's in here into a text file and then you reload it in here. So you would just simply give it a name, and save it to your hard drive. And later on, you can load it back into this area. That's simple enough there. Okay, let's cover one more thing here in this area. Again, I'm moving fast, but this is covered in the PDF. All right, so if you wanted to create a totally new banner, you can actually use some of our templates that might make it a little easier. First thing you need to do is fill out an internal name. This would be like text ads, a 3-column text ad, 4-column text ad, whatever you want to name it. It's for your reference only. So we've got a few built-in layouts here just to give you an idea. Let's go with a table ad. It's easier to work with for most. The divs-based ad confuses a lot of people, and it is harder to work with. So what you can do is build a 4-column text ad here that will appear in your software. So you would just change the content, change the links, and let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to cancel out of this, and one more thing I will show you before moving on. Okay, we talked about the upload care and the IMGUR hosting services. All right, so upload care, you got all kind of different ways you can use it. I'm not going to go into it. You can read about that there. Of course, you got to have a valid API key to use it. All right, so if you don't enter a valid one, it's not going to work. This will allow you to host your files in the cloud. And there, it's the same way for your actual image URL there. I should say IMGUR. I always call it URL for some reason. One other thing, now if you just want to place an image, the image here will need to be online already. So if you've got images placed on your hosting account somewhere or wherever, you can enter the URL to them here. All right, that kind of gives you a quick overview of using the buttons here. I wanted to cover that because that seems to be a confusing part. All right, and of course, I haven't changed the ad or anything in the software, but we can preview it here after we build our ad, okay? And we go to the next step, and we download the zip, and we upload it to our web hosting account. Wherever you would like for it to be, you build a folder attached to your domain name, and you put this files that you download and unzip into that folder, and that appears in the software. This, of course, will not change until you brand the software, so there's no use copying the link at this point. When you do brand it, which we will do here in just a moment, that would change. So let's just go back, and we'll do the preview software, and that gives you an idea. Let me bring it down a little bit there. That just gives you an idea of what the header ad is going to look like. The software may not function. You know, it's only here to preview some of the ads and links. Okay, that's all it's for. You can mess around with it, but it's best that you just take a look at it to see what your ad is going to look like. Again, I stress that your ad has to be uploaded and active. And we will enter the URL in here in the next couple of minutes. Actually, we'll move on and do that now. All right, so here we are back at the main screen. So brand the software. We will load this up, and you'll see that the first screen that loads is the current branding information. All right, this is all the stuff that you will be changing in the next step here. And again, your header ad URL will not be right until you've actually uploaded it, made sure it's working by entering the URL in your browser, copy the URL from your browser, and enter it in here. That's the simplest way to do it to ensure that you get the route. All right, you notice that presented by and the RSS button and all of this. I'll cover the RSS in just a moment. But your offer button 1 and URL button 2 URL, and you can actually add a icon to the bar. I'll take a look here real quick, show you. Okay, you pull that in a little bit. Your buttons here that we just talked about are right here. And the message button, you have no function over, there is no function to brand over that. That is when we tell people that the software needs to be updated to contact you. And such as we want to make sure that if there's any security issues that all people are able to be contacted. We will never, ever tell them to download software from us. To contact the provider of the software will be the message. Okay? So that's what the buttons look like. And here is the rebrand software that you can use if you want to offer other people to rebrand it, and you earn commission off of each time they purchase the rights to do so. All right, so let's go ahead and close that out. All right, so again, there's the button text, the button URL, and so as. All right, so now require activation code. What this does is allow you to, before people that download the software activate it or can use it, they have to get this one-time activation code. I should say this activation code is going to work for all software. And all it is, it's not made to protect the software. It's made so people will opt in to your list and you get their email address. Simple as that. So what you would do is you click yes, enter in any kind of activation code that you want. I shouldn't say any kind. There's some characters that you can't enter. So, I mean, this is kind of like a standard. It looks professional. All right. The activation code URL is where, when they don't have it, where they go and get it. That would be someplace on your site that you set up a opt-in page that they enter their information and you send them the activation code. All right. Now, place the rebrand affiliate link. I just spoke about that. It's in the bottom of the software. If you want to allow others to brand, or I should say, if you want to sell rebranding rights to others, check yes. If no, just check no and the link won't be there. It's totally up to you. It's not going to be forced. And you can enter in your text here, whatever you would like, and keep it professional, please. If I see any type of any bad words or anything like that, I will not tolerate that for a moment. I'm giving you a lot of leeway here to be able to change that text. Your affiliate URL, you can only enter in at this time JVZoo or this other, oh, it's right here, Xaza, whatever they're calling it. And that's the only two that we're using at the moment. Maybe later on down the road, there will be a Warrior Plus there. We're not sure. All right. So now once you enter in all your information, it's very important that you save your data. I'm not going to because I've already got what I want there. All right. So we're back to this screen, and this just shows you your branding information, and you can copy your header, add URL. There's your activation code. If you used it, you can copy it to your clipboard. All right, so the other thing that we talked about, the RSS button text. All right, so this is going to be for an RSS feed from your site. WordPress works best. You can use a lot of different feeds, but it really, as in the PDF, we go into a little more in depth, and you can test to see which ones you can use here. Standard ones should work fine. There are some that do not. So what happens is when they click that, there is the actual RSS feed from our QikSoft blog. And it's pretty cool because whatever you update is actually brought into here. And it's a good way to pass on information and sell some more products. All right, so we have covered the important parts of the buttons here, and the best thing about the software. Again, you can preview it, and I recommend you do make sure everything is correct. Everything should be correct at this point. You've tested everything, your spelling's correct, and everything's good. So at this point, what we do is we go to finish branding, and you've got a chance to back out if you want. And again, I stress, do go ahead and make sure everything's right, because once we cross this line here, yes, delete, there is no going back, and you'll have to start over. So yes, delete. And since we chose to enter an activation key, the actual users will have to obtain it here from the URL that you entered. And if you copied your key down like you should have, certainly hope you did, we will go ahead and just put it in here. And this is how it looks when someone downloads the software and activates it the first time. And of course, if you didn't enter this option in, it won't appear. If it did, they enter it and the software loads and it's in user mode. It's that simple. There is no other simple way to put it. And that is it. That gives you an idea on using the branding. I appreciate it, and thanks for watching.